Hello, my name is Shoeless Show, and I want to talk to you today about Embertide, or Ember Days within the Catholic Church. I know I promised we'd be talking about Santa today, but this is time sensitive. So, the Catholic Church a long time ago used to be more hardcore, in my opinion. We used to have a lot more days of fasting and sacrifice, and we also used to have more feast days of celebration. And I recently discovered that there is a thing called Embertide, or Ember Days, that we used to celebrate in the church. And what these are basically is, at some point during the 4 seasons, we have 3 days, a Wednesday, and then a Friday, and then a Saturday, of sacrifice, of specifically fasting and abstaining from meat. And I love that. I think that's so cool. Such a great way to just cleanse ourselves, purge our bodies and our spirits. And also, often they are right before some kind of big feast. So, for instance, right now, today, Wednesday, the Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, the Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, after Gaudete, does anyone know how to say that? Gaudete Sunday, the pink Sunday during Advent. The Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting today, are days of fasting and abstaining from meat. Or at least they used to be, till we abolished that when we just decided, to not be as hardcore, I guess. So, I strongly encourage you to partake in this, at least to some level. I know I'll be doing it. And I think it's so important, especially when we come on times of feasting and celebration, right? Christmas, we're getting ready to celebrate that. And it's going to be so awesome when we celebrate Christ coming into the world, both the first time and for his second coming that is yet to come. But it's important, before that happens, that we focus on preparing ourselves, preparing our bodies and souls for that. So, what it means when we say fasting is generally perceived as eating one main meal of the day, and then if you eat 2 other meals, that you keep those meals small, and that those 2 should not add up to more than that one main meal. So me personally, I'm just going to do that one main meal. I don't really need the other 2 meals to go with that. So I'm just going to have, during these days, I'm just going to be eating one meal, and it's so awesome to do this. I know it sounds like, oh, that just sucks. Like, what's the point of that, right? Why would we do that? Well, I can't stress enough how intentional it is when you do this. When you spend your time, your day hungry, right? You're wanting something. When you think, okay, I'm doing this for God, I'm doing this for a spiritual reason, it helps you focus on that and say, just as I yearn for food right now, just that hunger that I have to eat, I want to have that spiritual hunger, that longing for Christ to come into this world. It's so beneficial. It's so important. Oh, and today is the memorial of St. John of the Cross, who is so awesome. So I've got a quote here today that's just so perfect for this first day of the Advent Embertide there. If you do not learn to deny yourself, you can make no progress in perfection. If you do not learn to deny yourself, you can make no progress in perfection. It's so important that we learn to deny ourselves, right? Christ calls us to pick up our cross and follow him. So this is a perfect way to do that. So I'm calling out to all Catholics here. Oh, and I'll link somewhere to a cool article about it as well. Give some more ideas, some more kind of background information. And so I look forward to doing this time and also in the future. Oh, also, another day of fasting and abstaining from meat in the Catholic Church that we used to always do was Christmas Eve. All right, the day before Christmas. Just like we used to do the same thing for Easter Eve, right? Before Easter, you would sacrifice, and we still do that on Good Friday a lot, but we've lost a lot of the purpleness of Advent, I think, so much. And a lot of that is, the secular kind of Western, like, oh, Santa, Christmas, buy things, that kind of thing. But we've just lost that preparation, that spiritual preparation. We still have it strong, I think, with Lent, but we've lost so much of it with Advent. Advent used to be so much more kind of like a mini Lent, because it's that purple season. It's that time of spiritual preparation where we deny ourselves, we simplify, we tear away so that we can be filled with Christ. So I strongly encourage you to focus on that during these Ember days, and also the day before Christmas. The day before Christmas, it's so great to just fast, purge yourself, prepare for the coming of Christ so that you can truly enter into the feast on Christmas Day. And I promise you, feasts are not the same if you don't fast ahead of time. This actually makes the feast, the celebration, so much better. Okay? Eating that feast tastes so good and it feels so good after you've been waiting, that time of preparation. And I think today, especially in our westernized culture, the secular culture, we're really good at feasting, right? We're really good at celebrating. We do it too much, maybe, but we're not good at preparing for that celebration. We're not good at that denial of self. We're not good at saying no to the hunger. We have to be able to control ourselves, deny ourselves. We can sacrifice, offer those graces up, right? Offer our sacrifice up to God to receive His grace there. So I just want to close here with another quote from St. John of the Cross. The way of perfection does not consist in many devices, nor in much cogitation. That means thinking about it, thinking overly, but in denying themselves completely and yielding themselves to suffer everything for the love of Christ. I'm going to read that one more time. Really let this sink in. The way of perfection does not consist in many devices, nor in much cogitation, but in denying themselves completely and yielding themselves to suffer everything for the love of Christ. Happy Advent, everyone. Prepare, prepare, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Love you, bye.